Hey y'all, this is Muddy Paws Disc Golf, and this is the front nine of our Iron Hill Gold to Gold experience. Hole 1 is a 605-foot par 4. It's pretty brutal. As you can see, you got to make it around this corner, and my shot was not ideal. Hit a tree. Dad manages to miss everything and just fades right out. Matt absolutely laces one there. Dad takes a nice inside route forehand, gets through.
Pretty tight.
Roll. I'm gonna have to thumb again. I just couldn't get onto the fairway, apparently. This was a tough hole for me. Oh. Okay, came back. Dad's gonna lay up here. And I'll just take a step layup. It's gonna tap in for a par. Dad will also tap in for a par. And I will take a bogey. Hole 2 is 380 feet, pretty much right through the craziest amount of trees you've ever seen. Brutal par 3. If you get a par on this, it's really, really good. And Dad is not set up for an easy second shot there. Throwing an ESP Buzz here, just trying to put it in the middle of the fairway, and got a knockdown. Dad's going to take the high line here and get bounced around a little, but he does land in the middle, which I guess is an upside.
Go for it.
And the thumber comes out once again. And Dad will lay up. Matt gets knocked down again. And I have an awful step run. But, you know, the footing was very strange. Bad excuse regardless. Able to sink the putt and now get out with a single bogey. Matt will also take a bogey here. And Dad will take a double. Hole 3 is a 660-foot par 4 with a creek running along the left side for the second half of that. Matt is going to throw a drive out there, and it has a lot of glide, and it ends up fading out a little left, but not bad at all. Mine gets up, and that fairway driver just didn't fade back at all, but it's not awful.
Oh boy.
And Dad'll end up just short of where I was.
Oh geez. Come back.
Throws a long forehand here. Clips out on the trees. Matt will go for it here. And then I played a pretty safe shot just down to the center of the fairway. And then not a great upshot.
Oh, good kick.
But you know, not in the creek, so I'll take it. The creek does play casual, at least that's what it seems like on the sign. Matt will just toss straight out. Did not get a very favorable landing zone. And I'll toss up. Dad goes aggressive through the trees, but he putts in and we pretty much all just tap out.
Okay.
On to hole 4, which is a 675-foot par 4. And one of the easier par 4s on the course. Matt rips one down there, and he holds that right side, which is definitely one of the tougher lines, but one that pays off if you can make it happen. I played a little more towards the center, and I'm happy with that. Dad has a really nice shot as well. It just turned over perfectly, and a little bit of fade at the end. And that's a solid shot. You know, that's par material. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Dad'll bounce to the center.
Oh, no.
And Matt gets kicked around a little, but he'll be alright. Matt's layup runs a little strange there, but it's not too bad. And I'll step layup. Dad'll take a high run line and land pretty close. So I'll tap in for a par. Matt's gonna have to take a bogey there off that great drive. And Dad is going to tap in for a par as well. Hole 5 is the third hardest hole on the course, in my opinion. 690 feet par 5, but straight uphill the entire way. And oh boy, did this one beat us up. Really you want to be aiming for that fallen tree that you can see. We all ended up really far off in the woods.
Oh, nice kick.
But you know, once you get off the fairway on this one, you just got to start looking forward, because there's no, you're not gonna have a clean hole after that, and that's pretty much why I elected to pitch out here. Trying to run through the trees just gets you in more trouble half the time. Dad effectively put punches out here too, but he just gets a little more forward than I did. Matt tried a roller here and just went from one side of the fairway to the other. Did get slightly aggressive here, run it through the trees, and it didn't pay off for me. Matt with
Center
that forehand.
fairway, okay.
And Matt trying once again to flip that forehand over, and it just didn't work out. Part of the real difficulty of this course is the guarded basket. Try an upshot here and just didn't release it well. Something about that guarded basket makes it so hard to accurately shoot. And yeah, I'll just end up laying up here. Dad lands it right there. Matt cages it out with a forehand. So Dad is going to take a single bogey here, and me and Matt are both going to take doubles. That may sound bad, but honestly, I'm not too mad at it. It's one of the hardest holes I've ever played. Hole 6 is a 600-foot par 4, once again. This one's really tough as well. There's two real lines. Dad can't choose and hits the middle dividing tree. And I threw it way too high here and clipped the branches. And Matt has a really nice shot here. And Dad gets some okay carry and goes off into the right trees.
Got some distance. Made. It's around the jail. It's a good shot though. And the
Matt will
wind
toss up
roars.
from the woods.
Nice.
Sneaks it through. Very nice.
Take the wind.
Now you're going to see a classic anger throw after I miss. Ah! That took a while to find. It's my fault. Dad sunk the putt. Matt taps in. They will both putt. Hole 7 is 370 feet downhill, super narrow. Matt demonstrates that. He hit that tree on the one side and bounced all the way to the other side of the fairway. Dad will snake it through there really nice. I threw my buzz again, and I knew right away this one was going to be bad. And I kicked the wrong direction. This was one of the worst 9s of my life, even for Iron Hill where you are expected to do bad. Matt threw a nice shot there, got himself out of trouble. Threw a really nice, this is probably one of my best ever, sky right-hand fading thumber shots.
Get it!
And Matt will just barely miss there.
Oh.
And Dad will fade out as well. Put the putt in to finally get back on the par train. And Matt and Dad will also tap in. Hole 8 here, another tough one. Par 5, 605 feet. A little tighter than the last one, but it does open up there at the top. Matt just gets up a little too much here with all those trees. That's a dangerous shot, especially for such a narrow fairway. And my shot was luckily pretty good for me. I'm happy with that. 50 feet from the top of the hill is, I think, a pretty respectable shot for someone of my ability level. Matt here trying to forehand or thumb or something, I'm not sure. I'm going to throw my buzz here once again. It's going to land dead center fairway. Matt will throw as well and just get it right there.
Never flatten. Yeah. Good turning.
Matt also getting up there. You just want to get to the point where your fourth shot isn't difficult and you can just tap for par.
That was bad playing.
Dad does exactly that. And pretty sure that was a pure.
Now I gotta do
good.
good.
Pure right there. And Matt with a pretty nice forehand from where he was. I'll tap in for a par. Matt caged out again for another bogey.
Yeah.
And Dad will also take a par. Hole 9, 555 feet, par 4. Probably the tightest alley yet, and it has a right-hand turn just to make things more difficult. Dad going with a mid-range here, a rock, just to try and make it to that gap about 315 feet down there.
Foreskin!
Matt lacing one there.
Wow.
Glorious.
Makes the gap, turns it, goes out a shot.
And from that spot, which is not ideal, we're just trying to get something that isn't awful, something that'll give us placement for our third shot. Dad here lacing a real nice line straight through.
Oh, get over. I think that was a
I
great
really got
kick.
saved there. That one got really high on me, and it actually got knocked down slightly. That'll leave me with a really long putt. Dad'll toss up here with his third shot. And really bad putt for me. I don't know what happened.
Just saying.
To be honest. Matt goes a little long, but nothing too bad. Tap in. Dad'll take his par. Matt will lay up. And so that's where we're going to have to leave you for now. This course is really, really, really long. And so, we can't do it all in one video. This video is already long enough. So we're going to have our next half of Iron Hill out in a few days. Just some comments on the front 9 specifically. The front 9 is brutal. The back 9 definitely has a section where it's not boring, but it becomes a little easier just because you have a break from all of these, 600-foot uphill holes and crazy trees. It's definitely a space where you can make up some strokes. before the horrors that are holes 16 and 17 hit, which even for Iron Hill are considered to be extremely brutal. So the front nine is definitely a testing factor. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Muddy Paws Disc Golf, and we'll be back with part 2 shortly.